Welcome back to the Campfire Sessions with Encamp. Now, as I'm sure you're all aware, we're currently going through the coronavirus pandemic affecting all nations, and this has a lot of ramifications on particularly kind of disinfectant, cleaning supplies, any sort of antimicrobial, chemistry that we can use. I think there's a lot of interest, across the nation and the world on how we can, kind of fight this pandemic, fight this virus. So, Dr. Luc, can a company start using any of its chemicals if they're producing, a chemical manufacturer? Can they produce anything that they currently have and take that to market as a hand sanitizer or surface disinfectant? Kind of in light of COVID-19, if they're thinking that this is maybe a place for them to, add some value or maybe capture some market, how should companies think about that?
Well, I would say, thank God, the authorities are there to check on that because
Hmm.
although companies, first because of some sort of a slow in many markets, are now looking to start producing hand sanitizer, if not hand sanitizer, some other soft surface disinfectant as well.
Hmm.
And we've been asked by some companies, hey, look, can we use our ethanol, which is one of the two alcohol, with isopropyl alcohol being the second?
Hmm.
Can we use our ethanol in our plan to start producing that? And ultimately, what's important to understand is our Canadian and US authorities are really, really looking after level of purities of this product, as
Hmm.
well as the denatured uh, statement or situation or purity of the product. Like, for example, ethanol that is 95% pure
Hmm.
must only be used for that type of product. We're talking hand sanitizer, for example. But if you're using lower concentration of ethanol doped with any other chemicals, it's not going to be accepted by the authorities. And we know that because we've been helping customers of ours to get product license and location, manufacturing location licenses also for Canada and US. And these are very, very strict in, as I said, the purity of the ethanol or isopropanol being used,
Hmm.
also the type of chemical being used. And there's some differences between US and Canada on that. Uh, we've been looking with a company willing to have a essential oil so that the smell of the hand
Hmm.
sanitizer goes like pine or whatever type. And
Hmm.
we've looked at the US FDA requirements, and they do not authorize such in hand sanitizer. So
Interesting.
it's really, really scrutinized by the authorities. And as always, you must get a license to sell that type of product in one of the other countries or worldwide, I guess. So be careful not rushing in production because what your investment will be completely screwed up.
Yeah, definitely, definitely. And do you have any idea how long that licensing process would take for any company that is interested in doing this and making sure they do it right?
Well, if let's say you have the correct formula, you have the correct ingredient, and also manufacturing process, because of course they want you to be whether FDA grade or that sort of thing. If you have all of that and you start the process, because of the pandemic, our government institutes some fast track uh,
Hmm. Hmm.
process so that you can get your license or at least your approval within less than a month, so you can start operating. And if you have other requirements, then it's done in the weeks after, so that they push the production if you, of course, if you qualify minimally. So they put together um, web link processes that you can go through instead of filing papers and making copies and putting that in the mail. So you can go to the websites of our respective authorities and fill in the blank, if you can say so, or answer the questions properly, attach documents, and really, really quickly at the end, getting some sort of authorization to start production.
That's fascinating and helpful information, Dr. Luke.
Thank you.